Make sure I'm good and I'm talking. Everybody can hear me. What's good, everybody? What's good? Can you hear me? Chris Genter, can you let me know you can hear me right now? What's going down? Come on in the building. We about to talk some Cowboys football. You know what it is. We're powered by JJAANN tonight. 8 o'clock. You know what it is. There you go. What's good with you? Loud and clear. What's good with you? Keep on coming in here. Share it if you like. Let's get in here. Let's talk some Cowboys football. I got the 3Ds I'm going to talk about today. What's good? What's good, the Ninja? What's up, dog? Regina, how you doing today? Good to hear y'all. Let's get up in here. My dog Smoke's already in here. What's good with you? This my guy got the studio.
I wouldn't say all
He
that.
got the mic. He got the big mic. He's like ready. Like he producing records. He make Smoke guy. Hey, Smoke a record producer on the low, dog. You ain't know. So we just now find out he produced records and all that stuff. Look at he got all that stuff right there. What's up with you, dog? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, my man. How you doing?
What's up, Boo Thing? Marv Jenkins, what's good? Yeah, day is going great. So what's up, man? How you doing? We're going to talk a little bit of Cowboys football. You said you had a few questions. You know, there's a lot of things been talked about, you know, from the QB rankings, which I'm going to talk about with my guy tomorrow. Who's going to be the best duo in the NFC? We were talking a little bit about the Trevin Diggs, Stephen Gilmore, even your boy Darius Slay called him two dogs. And then Deron Bland. He's been in my head like he had 5 interceptions last year. You know, can he make that serious number 2 leap? Because if he makes that second-year leap, like it's trajectory to look, and Gilmore plays, you know, just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like if he comes in and just plays like he's been playing, just steady, and Diggs really turns up because it's a contract year, man, that secondary could be nice. And then, you know, Mukamu.
Nice.
You know, it could be a lot of things going on. You know what I mean? What's good, Michael? How you doing?
I'm pretty sure you saw what I've been putting on Twitter. Like
yeah, I've been seeing a lot of it. Well, tell me what you've been going ham about. Let everybody kind of know what you've been hammering about in a short little capsule.
You know, I've been watching some crazy stuff online lately, man. I mean, dealing with like players just talking about different things we're going to do this year. Some guys just not giving us no respect. I mean, I don't know what to say about Chris Kennedy, bro. I have no idea what to say about that.
He don't like. I mean, it just seems like he don't like.
Wow, I don't understand. What did we do so bad to that guy for him to hate us so much, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. He's been. I mean, and the thing is, like, he played in Dallas, and I thought he had a pretty decent career. He went over to the Giants. Man, and it just seemed like he embellished playing with the Giants and the hatred.
He a loser.
The hate. Marvin Jig, he's funny.
I can't stand him. Hey, Big James, I can't stand this old ass.
He hating, don't he?
He talks back always. Oh my God. I'm like, Big James, you like me, and me and you know, he came here and he choked and let the Giants, a 9-7 Giants team, beat us in the playoff. We had a 12-4 record with Romo, and they gave up a touchdown with 60 seconds left before halftime. Changed the momentum. They punks. Them niggas sucks. They the biggest choke ever in Cowboy history. I can't stand him. And I tell him in his face, I say, you're a big choke. I'm glad your ass a Giant, you hater. I can't stand.
I stuck a nerve, bro.
Yeah, Candy. Like I said, you hit it in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? When they scored that touchdown right before halftime, that was the game changer right there. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, and
that was the game changer
because and we had that missed opportunity already. Oh yeah, that's like salt in the wound.
It was 60 seconds. Man. Big James, they drove 75 yards in 60 seconds.
And when Amani Toomer hit that touchdown, I was like, oh man, for real. That's what I was like. That's what I felt in my head, like, man, we about to lose. That's what I just felt in my head, like, as soon as I seen that, I was like, man, we about to lose, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what? True Cowboy fans, we know how our team plays, right? We do. We know how our team plays, and we can tell when the ties shift to the other team, and we're not gonna get nothing after that. We just pretty much quit, and we're not gonna get nothing, bro. I mean, we can see it happening. I mean, just literally, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We choked every time. Hey, and then another big play. Remember this, guys? Romo get rushed. He get out the packet. Big mouth, 84, a slant. If he catch that, it's going to the house. He drops it.
Yeah.
Patrick Creighton.
Patrick Creighton.
So we had a lot of times, man, them guys choked.
Yeah.
Them guys get in that Cowboy silver and blue, and they choke, man.
But you think about it,
I think this year,
like every year, right? Every year, it's always some little thing. It's not just like you know how everybody said, "Oh yeah, Dak's been here for 7 years. He's been here doing the system all the time." But bro, this man cannot do every single daggone thing, bro. I'm like,
it take a team to win a football game.
I don't care.
Big James will tell you. Big James coach. If your coaching ain't coaching you right, sometimes your coach got to coach you to win. If you call the right play calling, like, look, even though we had a bad game against San Francisco the first time, it was 2 minutes and 57 seconds left, 3 timeouts, and dumbass, excuse my French, on your show, dumb, Video King Raheem, Kellen Moore couldn't even drive us down the field to get this man to call the right place and win the game against San Francisco. And then last year, tied up 6-6. I'm with me and my friends. I thought, man, everybody was hating on number 1. He make a play for us, get us a turnover. Joseph, dumb. We got 2nd and 2, and they do an option route. With my grandmother could have checked that play, an interception, changed the whole momentum. And we got a field goal. We'd have been up 9-6 at halftime. That would have changed the game.
It really would have.
Unbelievable, man.
But you know, like I know Marv and Smoke when Tony went down and we was already going through the struggle when Tony went down, it was like, yeah, it's over, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Ooh, I mean, we all kind of felt that when that happened. But that defense though, that's what I'm excited about, Marv and Smoke. That defense, look how it's been the last 2 years, and even in this last year in these playoffs, dog. And these Bucks and the San Francisco game. How can you not be excited headed in? And then when we talked about when you was on here last time, Marv, I added Mozzie and just the guys that are added on the team. This is a veteran type team. Even though it's a young team, it's a veteran team. And this is the time to take the lead.
It's a veteran team.
This is the time to take the lead.
And look what I'm telling y'all. And everybody don't understand. Philadelphia lost all their players. Then they drafted these rookies. It's going to take them a whole year for them rookies to catch up. Right. Our rookies, 54 was here last year, 24 was here last year, 33 is back, 14 is here. Man, we finna kill him. And the key was number 21. Now, that sack finna go up to 60 sacks. That running game, and I'm telling y'all, 58 is going to play the 3-tech with Big 95. That's gonna be our new 3-tech, and he can play every down. That man finna eat. He'll have about 6 or 7 sacks. Can't no guard. That's the strongest. We got the strongest defensive tackle in the NFL.
We got the strongest defensive line right now in the NFL, bro.
Yeah.
The strongest defensive line in the NFL.
They finna eat. Hey,
we're trying to tell everybody. We have the strongest defensive line. Like, these jokers are strong.
Strong. Yes.
Strong jokers, man. They push things around like it's nothing.
Yeah, I mean.
And check what up. And Big Bo gonna play good this year. Watch what I tell you. Because this is third year. He gonna get better.
Yeah, I think
that defense gonna be so hard to run. And look, Big James. Now, you know what the key is? Y'all forgot. When Dan Quinn had his defense in Seattle, he only rushed 4 people. That's why they was so good. Now, he ain't got to blitz. He ain't got to do nothing. Them linebackers going to eat. So when them little halfbacks coming out the backfield, they covered. Tight ends covered. The quarterback is sacked. They done. We got the #1 defense. And everybody know that. And I'm glad that lady on that TV show, her and the running back, I know him, the running back that played for Philly, he always hate. Yeah, he always hate on Dak. And they say, I ain't voting for Dak. That's good. And like you said, Big James, we don't want them voting for us. No, we want them to stay hate. So at the end of the year, we're going to finally get the last laugh. And then, if y'all saw their Koya tape, that's why I keep telling y'all. They say they want to punish you running. And Dak Prescott going to have so many open wide receivers with that play fake or the shot of our offense. Oh, my God. The receivers, every receiver going to eat. Hey, that competition in that receiver room, they get to run real routes, show they talent. Now, Big James, it come to who catching the ball now.
Right.
They ain't thinking no more.
Right.
Ain't no receivers thinking no more.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it's coming down.
Yeah, and
yes.
what you need to do is definitely check out that interview with Jalen Tolbert on Landlord. Yeah, they had a great interview over there, and that's got a lot of.
What did he say? I missed it.
I mean, just check it out. They talked a lot of stuff that you want to hear about the offense. Feel good about Jalen Tolbert going into this second year. Like you said, if you look at the four offensive guys, if they just play, if you got Gallup, if you got Cooks, if you got CD, and you got Tolbert, and if they all just turn up and as Tolbert takes a leap, because now, like I said before, he doesn't have to worry about having that pressure, even though he's coming in his second year, because Gallup is going to be better, and now Cooks is there. So now he don't have that pressure of being like, oh, I got to come in and do this. So it's going to be better for him, and that's why I think he's going to be even a better player because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because those other guys like Brandon Cooks in that room now are going to be able to help lead him and teach him the way. And he was already, I think, a favorite of Dak because Dak has taken him under his wings. Hey, I don't care what nobody's saying about Dak. Dak already took him under his wings. Dak, I like how Dak is for us and continue to hate. That's this. I'm cool. Go ahead and continue to hate.
I'm cool.
Hate.
Thank you.
Hate all you want. Hate more. You know what I'm saying? Do all the hate. I'm cool with the hate because it feels better later on when you do all that hate and we come back and whoop your task. You feel me?
Yes. That's right. And guess who else was happy, y'all, on the interview? Sammy, the other receiver. He say, I'm taking over 85 role. They already told me I'm taking over 85. I'm bigger. I'm faster. And I get to run routes. And I can make big plays. Sammy gonna ball out. That's 4-3. 6'3", 4-3. Come on. All that speed with him and Cook. Man, they ain't open up. All right, we're gonna have a top 10 offense, top 5. We're gonna have a top 5 defense. We finna kill him. I'm telling y'all, we gonna go 15-2. We might have, if we coach right, we might not lose a game. This is the most confidence I ever felt in the year of the Cowboys. Because it's like a foundation. You know, like when you build a foundation, it's stable. Our foundation was never stable. That's why Big James was always mad. Big James was so pissed off. Big James was, oh man, you ain't drinking the Kool-Aid. And when you got Big James quiet, something's about to happen. Big James can see it too. Big James is quiet. Big James say,
he trying to figure me out. Look. Hey, you right. You right. Because I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Marv, you right. What's up, Coach Marv? And then Clebo. Hey, Marv Jenkins hit it on the head. You hit it on the head, dog. I can't even front. You know what I'm saying? When you got me quiet, you'll see me on Twitter going ham. I'm just being quiet and chilling because I'm like, I like the direction and I'm just being quiet. I'm just smooth being chill because I like the direction. I like how Kellen Moore, they stepped up when they stepped up, when we all were talking about it. You feel me? Like, let's talk about it right quick. When we were all talking about it in the media, right? All the fans, we were all going off saying this and that, and then coaches were saying it, this and that. And then for you to actually see it happen, I was surprised. I ain't gonna lie. I thought they were gonna do the same thing, keep them again, and we just go and play the same all offense, score, whatever. I thought so. When I seen that, and then you saw how they went hard on free agency, trading, things of that nature. They get the right type of guy for the defense. Get a defensive tackle first time in 91. Like I said, I get excited about them things because I haven't seen them things, and we don't have Jason Garrett here. That's another key. We don't have to worry about him no more. We got a real live coach. We got a real live defensive coordinator. We got a real live team. And when you look at Dak, they can hate all they want, but he's only been played 3 years under McCarthy. We already got 2 playoff appearances, and the first he got hurt. So where are you hating? He had 12-5 both years with McCarthy when he's played full seasons. You get what I'm saying? And now I'm feeling even better in the year 3 when Mike McCarthy saying, look, get out of here. Let me do it how I want. How can y'all not feel good about that direction of the team? And like you said, it got me chilling. So you're right. If it got me chilling, I ain't saying too much. I'm feeling kind of good how the direction is going.
Ain't no Kool-Aid.
Year 3, bro.
Coach Moore, we told him, when Big James quiet, it ain't no Kool-Aid. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. That Dak Prescott gonna be player of the year. He gonna throw for 40 touchdowns, probably have about 4 or 5 interceptions. That's what he usually throw for. The most interceptions he throw for is 10. Cause the concept he got now, a lot of play action, a lot of screens, draws. The receiver's gonna be wide open, and that speed now, I want Philly to go one-on-one. They corners cannot check out receivers. They gonna get torched.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Coach. I agree with Big Game James. You know, I hadn't been on Twitter and been on a lot of shows lately because I'm waiting on the grass.
Yeah.
Man. The grass is where all this is going to be. All this is going to be put together. Yes, I am. I like the direction. I liked our team last 2 years.
Yeah.
But the veteran experience, leadership experience with Cooks and
Gilmore,
I think that brings another added dimension. The 3rd year of this team being together, that brings another added dimension. You climb one more step than you climbed the year before. That adds another dimension. But all of that is what we call potential. And I've learned by being in coaching that potential, unless it's turned into kinetic energy, when you actually go out there and make that play when that players need to be made, when those games is going to be tough, you're not going to blow out everybody. This is NFL. No. You're going to have good teams. You're going to have to make those plays. The coaching decision, you're going to have to put stress on certain people to do things right. There's going to have to be accountability. I think now the grass is the only thing that's going to put all that together. And I want Cowboy fans not to be on a seesaw, because there may be some adversity in this year. We may not go 12 and 15 and 2. We might not go 12 and 5. But we may be a better football team. That's hard to understand, but you could be a better football team. So what I want them to do is to get excited. I was excited. I did hear something about, well, when I seen for Hoko with his interview, it made me think about when he said excitement. It made me think about the last year and the year before that, when I saw the Cowboys, when the offense was bogged down, and I seen guys walking around, and when you asked them in the interview, nobody had an answer about why they were in big games. And then you seen the frustration of the receivers and all that. Then went through the Cooper thing when he said he wasn't targeted, and then next thing you know, Cooper is gone because he said what he said, basically. And I said, I said this on a minute shows. When your players tone you out in an offensive group, I don't care what you do. If they don't truly believe that you're making them better and putting them in the right situations, that's what's called being bought in when a player's bought in. They believe that you're doing the best for them, the best for the team, and they believe in what you're doing, and they'll always know what they didn't do right to get back to where they need to go to. But our offense didn't know what we didn't have no identity to get back to. And and it always shows in the toughest situations that the belief in the offense was not totally there from one through whoever on the offense. Now when he says he hears excitement, this is a fresh start where Schottenheimer's gonna get these guys bought in, like the defense is, in believing what their identity is. And once you get good players to learn what they're good at and their identity, then they become better players. But when they're wandering around, don't know how to get back to being good, they can be compromised. So that's a refreshing thing. We finally feel that we got an identity offensively, identity defensively, and then we got an overall identity to the football team. And this is what the grass
toughness
and training camp is going to bring, because you got to put the work in to be champions. And I think Cook and Gilmore will let them know that it just ain't going to come with paper.
That's right.
You have to work to get to that goal.
Right.
And all the working bit, Coach Mar. Look, the biggest key. The first guy to open his mouth that he was so happy, the president, number 70. He's like, man, we so excited. We go back to mauling people. Did you hear that? Right. Big James, just like you wanted it. Coach Mar, he wants to maul people. The offensive line is on the rip, man. It's a whole, we got all of that negatives, that cancer out of the house. And we about to get that. It's about to something big about to happen.
I got one thing to rebut you on, Mar. I like you got the same first name. But hey, listen, I tell you this, man. The combinations of is not gonna be Mozzie and Hankins. Hankins and Mozzie is not gonna play 80-90% of the downs. That's not how.
No, I know that. But I bet he started at 3-tech. I bet you right now, $50, Coach Mar. $50. Let's play. Let's bet.
The combination, man. If you watch
Big James,
listen, man. If you watch film, Osa has been blocked all year.
That's true, but the Osa gonna come in a lot. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's gonna be your combination of your future. That's gonna be your combination of your defensive line that people are gonna fear. I just think I watched the thing the other day. They were showing Parsons highlights in the game, and they were showing how he was getting the quote. And I just watched him over about 5 or 6 plays. I kept watching it over and over again. And you know something? Guess who was right there with him?
Oh, I seen that. Yeah, he was.
Osa. I mean, it was Osa. But Parsons, it was on Parsons, but this guy, now he's in his 3rd year. Now you got him and Hankins. Hankins is going to be playing well. I think the rotation is going to be good. It's this twin that's going to get these guys to fit their roles. And if you get a guy to fit his role and he do it 100%, then it's the sum of the parts, people. It's not just the engine that makes the car fast. It's the sum of the parts all working at ultimate levels. If we can get 75% of our team having career years, I'm not talking about Pro Bowl, just having better years they've ever had in the NFL, you got something special.
Well, it definitely could be that. Clebo, what's going on with you? Rico just came in the bed. How you doing, Clebo?
What's up? What's up, man?
Hey, you've been hearing everything.
What's
You've been
good?
hearing everything that's been going on. Once again, we could talk about a whole bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? But just, I guess, we just been talking about obviously the excitement, and I think what Coach Marv said it best right there with the identity. I think we are understanding what we have an identity on defense. We kind of understand we have what we have in the defense now, so we're just building onto it because we've seen our defense right. Now with Schottenheimer, because he's been a veteran in the league, it's not like Kellen Moore was a veteran offensive coordinator, right? It's not like he had a job with the offensive coordinator somewhere else, right? He was kind of given the job, much like the Jason Garrett. So when I see a Schottenheimer who comes in, right, that's why I feel like it'll be more of an established identity because this is somebody who was with the Seahawks, had a really good, they had good offenses with Russell Wilson. They won games over there. He's been in the ringer. He can set the tone as far as what identity he can have. And then he's already been talking with Dak Prescott. And I feel like them getting on the same page early, and he's already been excited about it. And I think, you know how Dak is. Dak is going to be the good guy, whatever. But if he shows any kind of, taken to that offense, it could be a really career type year, not in the aspect of touchdowns, interceptions, but just in the play of Dak Prescott. What's your kind of thoughts on that, Klebo?
I agree, man. Me personally, man, I'm just happy to be out of that whole Jason Garrett whole regime, man. With Kellen Moore, Scott Linehan. It's finally, we got some people. And I heard somebody say it the other day. I was listening to something. This is the first time when we actually got offensive coaches that ain't got nothing to do with Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones. Call or mingling with it. You know what I'm saying? Mike
13
McCarthy doing
years
it.
too, Klebo.
Yeah,
13 years, bro.
that's
13
way
years.
too long. That's way
Way
too
too
long.
long, bro.
And all the talent we've been having over the years, man. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that was a big part holding us back. And kind of like what I was talking about last week. I felt like them coaches, I mean, not to talk bad, but I just felt they were soft, man. And when I say that, man, I know we all remember that game when that Redskins linebacker hit Andy Dalton. Nobody on our offense stood up. That's crazy, bro.
I've
That's
been fed up
crazy,
with that
man.
thing.
And I think that's a following in a that's basically tell you how your coaching goes, man. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we had a soft team, man. I'm glad what McCarthy's been doing. I mean, over the last 3 years, you could just tell he's building our team to be tough. You know what I'm saying? To be tough in the
Yeah.
trenches and just be a tougher team. And that's something we haven't seen with the Cowboys in a long time, man. And I'm excited about this year. And also one thing what Coach Marv said, man, with Gilly and Cooks bringing that veteran experience. Both of them been to Super Bowls. Gilly won one. Brandon Cooks been the one. And even Rojo, I don't know if he going to make the team, but if he do, and I don't know what kind of person he is, but he been to 2 Super Bowls, right? He won 2 Super Bowls, man. So we got a young team, man. So I think that veteran leadership is really going to help us, man. I'm excited about this year, bro.
Year
What's
three,
up?
Big Game James. Say it
Klebo,
again.
you made
Year
an
three,
interesting
bro.
point, Klebo.
Year
Klebo,
Yeah.
you was talking about
Yeah,
leaders of men. Leaders of men promote confidence, not fear. And on the offensive side,
exactly.
they promoted fear, not confidence. On the defensive side, the leader of Dan Quinn, leader of men, he promoted confidence, not fear.
Yeah.
I agree.
What's up,
100%.
Rico? How you doing, man?
What up, y'all? How y'all doing, man?
Hey,
three. We good. We going,
doing
bro.
good.
What's up,
What we been
Rico?
talking about?
Uh, well, this is what I think, man. I agree with most of everybody what everybody's saying, but this is my thing. I never cared about being the number one offense. I never cared about being the number one defense. I care about being within the top 10 of everything. That's what I really care about. You know what I mean? I don't Kellen Moore, that damn running gun shit. I don't want that no more for this team. I want us to be like everybody's saying, a tougher team. To where it's like we had when we see matchups, when we see bust in, like when we know that we got an advantage with our receiver or running back coming out the backfield for a screen or a slant. I want us to uh, put our knee on people put our knee in people back about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing that I didn't like about Kellen Moore, and that's the thing I didn't like about Scott Linehan or Jason Garrett.
They never stuck to the things that was working. They never stuck to the things that was going to get us over the hump. Because I seen too many of our playoff games and tight games in the same way. If you go back to that Rams playoff game back in the day, when Zeke got stuffed, for that one damn yard, you telling me we couldn't play action that?
Yeah,
They knew Zeke was coming. The whole damn world knew Zeke was coming.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
that's when you
So it's like,
fake it.
that's when you fake it.
No, no,
Yes.
no, no, no,
That's
but I'm gonna say this, man. This is what Schottenheimer talked about. We knew that they was gonna run, right? Everybody knew they was gonna run. But you got to be able to run the ball when they know you gonna run the
They
football.
know you gonna run. Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's all how
that's
you
a
run
The
too.
toughness
That
part
was a
that
young Zeke.
Primo was talking about. That was the toughness part
But
Primo
that's
was
that's
talking
the
about.
toughness that we've
It's
been
been too
missing.
many times.
That's
Y'all watch the games, right? How many
exactly, Big
times we
Bang.
get
What
a
are missing?
short yards play, we barely get it, or he have to struggle to get it because when teams know we're gonna run, how many games we can't put away when teams know we're gonna run the ball, and then we run the ball 3 times, we gonna get a half a
We
yard.
got
right,
we got
right.
That's
I
how
agree with
Seattle.
you.
That's how Seattle lost their dynasty. All the players. I was cool with them guys in Seattle. I used to live there. Marshawn Lynch. I'm cool with him. And they was running down they was about to score in the Super Bowl. They had to do nothing but run the ball, but they were trying to make Wilson an all-star, and he threw the pick, and that broke the whole team up. That whole team was so mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see,
Because
but this is the thing.
You
But
got
see,
to,
this is the thing
when
I was
people know
getting
you gonna run the
to.
ball,
What's up?
yeah,
when
Hmm
you do the play action, right, it's touchdown.
thank
Yeah,
you.
When
I
I want to
understand
see us,
that.
I want to see us
But it's all
sometime,
about your run design. It's all
right?
about your run design
And
too,
But
this
they
though.
got
You
that.
mentality,
can't just run. You
you
can't
get
just
in your
run
players.
at Sue. You can't just run at Sue and Aaron Donald like that. You run to the side of them dudes, and that was young Zeke. That wasn't old Zeke. Old Zeke trying to pop out to the outside like he Tony fucking Pollard. You're not that dude. You don't run like that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So it all comes down to the combinations of how you run that football and what holes can you open up. Because can't nobody sit here and tell me that still is not damn near all pro, or at least a good pro, far as that right tackle. That dude was out there mauling people. Him and
Ball.
even though they was calling bull junk run plays, he was still out there mauling people. And if we'd have had skill in the playoffs, we would have mauled goddamn San Francisco.
Ball.
We'd have been in
They
the
Everybody.
averaged
game all the way. Because and I really believe, and I'm gonna land my plane on this one, fellas, that the thing that used to frustrate me with Kellen Moore so damn much is like when we know that we got them on this, he goes away from it, and that's how we lose games, and that's how we
yeah,
always end up having to play catch up to people when we give them enough time to come back and catch fire and do something. That's how we got killed in that Green Bay game last year. We should have whooped
yeah.
their ass.
Yeah, we should have. I mean,
Should have
You
scored
gonna let
more
the
that
points.
rookie
should have
go?
that game should
You
have.
I
let the
think
rookie
I
go
got a
I
question
off.
for you, Big
Yeah,
Gang.
what's up? What's up,
Big
coach?
Gang, I got a question
What's
for
up?
you.
Yeah, and I agree.
You've been to the training
Yeah.
I
camp,
agree
right?
with that, Rico. What you saying?
Right?
Yeah, my
And
bad.
I had a problem with this for a long time with our training camp.
Excuse me for cutting so
And
much, man.
last year I heard that we did very little one-on-one drills with offensive defensive linemen live.
Mm,
Now, I understand there's a new collective bargaining agreement and they got this thing where it's not gonna be like, I'm not saying like the old days. You're not gonna get that way. But we have a virtually young defensive line. We got a virtually basically a young offensive line except for 2 older guys, right?
mm. Yeah,
It's time to knock heads.
yeah,
Because
I
if you
agree.
don't get to that point, right, we're gonna come down to the toughest moments, get punked.
Hmm
We listen, when you got a young team, I think y'all was on Boss Cowboy show. Y'all was doing the final word. Y'all had the guy come in and he was talking about I think he was a trainer of football athletes, and he said that when you have a young team and then the NFL, you have to push them a little harder and forget about all this. Oh man, we reserving guys to get them to the point of knowing their temperature, and that's why I say I need to know the temperature of each one of my players. So I can know when I can turn it up or I can turn it down. But if I don't know the temperature and I try to turn it up and it ain't gonna get hot, it's too late in the season to find out. I need to find out, right? OTAs, training camp. And if I know then, we'll be ready for the duration of the season. But those tough yards and those short yardage on defense, when we was give up those couple of yards, we couldn't stop guys on the 4th and 2s, the 3rd and 2s. That comes from your offensive coordinator not having a physical mentality and wanting to practice the passing game all the time. So that's what I'm looking for if this is going to be a change in training camp, because Seattle always had a tough training camp.
Yeah.
Always. So I'm wondering if they're going to have a little change in training camp. Not much, but I want to see if they're going to schedule a lot of scrimmages, because I think scrimmages helped us a lot. And I want to see if they're going to have a mentality to change, because if they change that part, big game, you're going to be really quiet.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be really quiet. If you start to see that, you really going to be quiet because you know something really coming.
Yeah.
Didn't Mike McCarthy get fined for that 2 years ago?
Yeah, he got fined.
Yeah, they always have.
He got fined. He got
I went
fined,
to
right?
I went to their training camp last year. I live in LA. I go to their training camp every year. They always play against San Diego or the Raiders in the camps. They practice against them.
Scrimmage Raiders. That was a great.
Yeah, they scrimmage them every year. They gonna scrimmage them this year, Coach. They scrimmage Oakland and they scrimmage San Diego too. Yeah.
Well, see, I mean,
they have 3 scrimmages, then you ain't gotta play your guys. You ain't gotta play them too much in the preseason. But Dak do need to get in a series in preseason. I don't want to come in this year where Russ causes injury.
I agree.
If you got a quarterback, listen, man. If you got a quarterback, you worry about him getting hurt in preseason. If you don't run, you call plays with him to get the ball out of his hand. He's not gonna get hit on the handoff. And if a pass play, if I got any sense of a coordinator, if it's not 1, 2, 3 step, if it ain't there, throw the ball away. That's it. You ain't gonna be sitting back there scrambling around trying to make a play in preseason game. You gonna get the rhythm, get in the play, get your couple of things in, get out the game.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes play every year 2 quarters, 2 3 quarters.
Hey, now I'm gonna ask everybody in the panel. I'm gonna start with Marvin. I'm gonna go around the corner. I want you to give me your ranking, and then to give me a short canapsule of why. And don't try to be a homer with it. Just tell me how you feel. So, it's been going, how they've been talking about the QB rankings and, all the new QBs, things of that nature, woo. All right, so I posted something with Pro Football Focus, and they gave the top 10. Sam Munson, I had seen him a few times, and he posted this. In your opinion, is Dak a top 10 quarterback, and what would be your ranking and why? In a short canapsule. I'm going to start with you first, Marv.
Top 5.
Okay, Dak Prescott in the top 10. You're going to give him a home because he won the 2 Super Bowls. Other than that, it's a toss-up. Number 2 is the guy. I give it to
just give me your ranking of what he would be in your is if he's a top 10. What would your ranking be right there within that top 10 and why?
Yeah,
he'll be number 5. Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I give him Dak 5 because his stats is on the same pace as Brady, Rodgers, and a few other big time guys. Yes. And that's why I give it to him. The only thing been hurting him is the coaching. The coaching set him back. Everybody don't understand. This guy always been a guy to throw 10 or 4 interceptions. We know that. Yeah. He got never threw 17 interceptions. No, you ain't gonna see that this year. And the coaching, the video king Raheem set this man back 2 years in a row. So that's why McCarthy said, I'm gonna take over and put this man like I did Rodgers, and he gonna help that guy Rodgers perform. How you think he helped the other guy from Green Bay get a big contract when Rodgers wasn't there? Mm-hmm. And that guy went to Seattle. Yeah. He left McCarthy, went to Seattle.
Matt Flynn.
Yeah, come on, man. Mm-hmm. He got Matt Flynn. So, and front of me, coach and everybody, Big Chain, they act like McCarthy is a dummy. This man always had one of the top 10 offenses. But since he coaching the Cowboys, all of a sudden, Kellen Moore is more competent than him. That's unbelievable. McCarthy was coaching for Philly or anybody else. He'll be like, oh, they got McCarthy. He was a Super Bowl champ. But anybody that coached for the Cowboys, anybody coach for the Cowboys, he's a bum. He's dumb. So that's why I'm glad. I'm proud of Coach McCarthy. He's taking over. He said, if I'm going to lose, I'm going to go out my way. Thank you. Told Jerry Jones, I'm going to do it my way. If you want to win, let's do it my way. So Dak is top 5. It's McHome. The guy from Buffalo's I give him 4. To me, Dak is better than him. He's wild. Because he even said it. He said he got to stop running. Better yet, it's McHome, Rodgers. It's him, the Cincinnati quarterback number 2, Rodgers number 3. I'm gonna put Dak at 4. And I'm gonna give Jalen Hurts is 6. 5 is a toss-up. Because I'm gonna give Jalen Hurts because he got up there because he made it to the Super Bowl, but it was the scheme that got him to the Super Bowl. Everybody loaded up. The Giants loaded up on their defense with Robinson to play D tackle to stop that. The Redskins already know they can stop that. That's why they dropped their cornerback from Maryland to stop that. We know we can stop them. We got the big man now. So all that running, he finna get team and Coach Marvin tell you, and Big James, you know this, they know what you're gonna do now. They're gonna be waiting for that spy. They're gonna have a spy for you, and they finna get him.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see.
And the Philly fans
we're gonna see.
They're gonna cry me a river.
They're definitely gonna cry. So let me ask you, Smoke, what's your thoughts about Dak Prescott? Is he a top 10 guy? And if he is a top 10 guy, where would his ranking would be and why in a short little capsule?
Number 5 for me, really, man. I mean, I put him right in the middle of everybody. I mean, even with all his accolades for over the years and stuff, man. I mean, he about number 5. I mean, granted, he had a bad year. What he do? Every quarterback has a bad year. We all do, man. I'm saying, but I think he's number 5, bro. I give to Mahomes. I give to Rodgers, Burrow. I don't even like Allen, bro. After that, I don't know. But like 4 or 5, bro. It's between that, man. That's about 4 or 5 for me, bro. That's what I feel like. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. What about you, Coach Marv?
Wow. Ranking of Dak Prescott. My feeling is he's a top 3, 4, 5, more leading on the 4. It just tells me, and I'm gonna be real honest with it, man. This just tell me that this ranking and this thing is still got a racial overtone to me that's crazy. I'm gonna be honest with it, man.
Yeah.
If you had a quarterback that didn't win, didn't get to a playoffs, and barely got to the playoffs and got blown out in the playoffs, ain't never been to the playoffs, but you still rank him above Dak and the guy from the chart. Where against good teams he have horrible games. If that was Dak Prescott against Buffalo, when Buffalo, if he was the Allen situation, and he was at home and couldn't even score a touchdown at home, and basically got blowed out, would they be going crazy? Herbert, when Kellen Moore was in Dallas, the whole world was talking about, oh, Kellen Moore and his offense, and then they'll mention Dak on the back end. Kellen Moore goes to the Chargers. You ain't heard his name yet.
Nope.
But now it's about Herbert. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you do what the guy from Baltimore done, he won an MVP with no wide receivers.
Right.
But you know something? He's not up there. If you did what Aaron Rodgers did last year, where they're ranking their offense there's some rankings of people talking about their offense is a top 10 offense, and he had a top 10 offense last year because they didn't do too much different, and he didn't even make the playoffs.
Nope.
And he looked horrible. But
Yep.
Dak is put on a pedestal that he got. It's a travesty. And then we say he had a bad year. How can you have a bad year and your team has got the 5th best record in the NFL, and your team averaged 30-some points a game with your interceptions? That's what I'm saying. It's crazy where this ranking is. The only reason Dak is down at 10, it goes, and it's not even, when I'm talking about a racial compact, it's a travesty because the only reason he's behind guys from the Jacksonville quarterback and all that, they want to make them superstars, because Dak Prescott was drafted in the
That's what I said.
And he will continue to have that for the rest of his
That's
career.
what I said.
Tom Brady knew
but see,
it.
that's what
Tom
I
Brady
said.
knew
That
it.
coach.
That's why he had to continue to win and win and win just to get over. And they still talk about Tom Brady got drafted and so. They will never forget. Kirk Cousins, I don't care how great a year Kirk Cousins had, he would never get up because he was what?
4th round.
Drafted in the later
Drafted
rounds.
in the 4th round.
If you were drafted in the later rounds, if you were drafted in the 1st round, they'll continue to say that you got some type of ability. Carson Wentz, you got some GMs out there still think Carson Wentz is a savior because he was drafted the first round. Regardless of what he done, he was drafted first, so he got to make it. That's why I'm saying Dak will never get over being drafted in the 4th round, and what he has done, he has to do way above everybody else for them to even start to mention the chart. But they'll never forget it, and he just got to forget it and say, "Hey, now it's not about stats; it's about wins."
Right. Yep. Playoff
That's
wins.
the same stigma Tony Romo
Playoff
got.
wins.
Tony Romo was a great quarterback, but they never gave Tony Romo the credit because he was an undrafted free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Now, before you go, before you go, Klebo, because I'm going to get your thoughts. I said that the funny thing, you said that, Coach. I said that yesterday when we talked about the QB rankings that they gave when they had Trevor Lawrence. I said, how are you giving it to him after 1 year? Because he was drafted top overall. And whenever you're a 1st round pick, and if you're like in the top 15, and you can have 2 bad years, you have 1 good year, they'll be like, oh, see, there it is. We knew it. We knew he was ready for it. And then they immediately elevate him to that top trajectory of being the top guy. And that is like, no, it's not. That's not what it is, because Trevor Lawrence is not this generational talent. They said Trevor Lawrence is a generational talent. No, he's not. He's a good quarterback, but he's not no generational talent. I don't care what anybody tells me. Trevor Lawrence not no generational talent, and I don't care what they say about that. But Klebo, because I want to get through everybody.
Hey, Big Game, let me say right quick, Big Game. Terrence Steele could play out this world. He'll never make a Pro Bowl.
I don't know about that. He probably he have to play crazy though.
Know why? Because he's an undrafted free agent, and they'll keep that stigma on him the rest of his career.
Yeah, probably so.
Hey, come on.
What's your
Turpin was undrafted?
Who?
Turpin wasn't drafted. Turpin.
Well, that's a position that nobody, special team.
Yeah. You like said special teams. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Special teams, man. I don't know about that. I feel you, but that's special teams. What's up, Klebo? What's your thoughts on that?
What's up? That ain't got no kickoff. They'll cut it.
Yeah, we'll see. I think he still got a spot on this team. I think he still has a spot on this team. But what's your thought? What's your thoughts on the Klebo about Dak Prescott? Top 10 guy?
Honestly, man, I agree with what Coach is saying about him not being drafted. But I think more important, not being drafted high, but I think more important, man, we all agree to this, man. It's because he's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. That's the only reason he gets shit on in the media so much. It's because he's the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. You know, they do that to all of our players, except for Michael Parsons until he get paid. But
Word.
Till you get that paper, you're right. That's gonna be the
Like you're freezing
I
up.
know he's freezing. He's freezing up. You freezing up,
Yeah,
Clebo.
you're freezing up.
The argument. You know what I mean? I'm betting Mahomes, and I don't think. And I
What
don't.
the hell is this?
Hello.
Nah, you broke up, man.
I hear
Hello.
about it.
Yeah, you
Hey,
going in.
Moving around
You
too
hear
much,
me?
Clebo. You breaking up.
You breaking up like Law said. You got the Wi-Fi monster out there. You got that service monster out there trying to
I'm
get
like
you.
OC.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm like OC,
yeah. He was
man.
like the
My
he
bad,
was
bro.
like,
I'm good
yeah.
right
You
here.
good right here. You
OC.
good right there, OC.
I ain't gonna move. I ain't gonna move. But now, what I was saying,
Don't move.
outside of Mahomes and Burrow, I will argue any other quarterback. You know, any other quarterback to me is debatable, but Mahomes and Burrow, I think those are the top two quarterbacks in the league. I think Dak is a great leader. He played good in big games. Honestly, when you look at his playoff games, the only team he played bad against is the 49ers. And like my man Marv over there said, I think that was because of coaching. Kellen Moore
Yeah,
always lets a good
was.
defensive coach dictate what he does on offense. You know what I'm saying? It's always been like that with Kellen Moore. So I feel like, honestly, man, Dak Prescott easily top 10, man. And like I said,
Easy.
outside of Mahomes and Burrow, then I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't really base it off of
Awesome.
Super Bowls and all of that, because I look at that as team success. You know what I'm saying? But your quarterback got to be your leader, and he got to lead you to victories. I agree, but that has some good playoff games, but we ain't had a defense to hold it down. So
Nope.
when we lost against Green Bay, he put up 30 some points. We lost. You know what I'm saying? Rams, he had a pretty good game. We couldn't stop them from running. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So I don't really dictate your playoff success basic on the quarterback rankings. You know what I mean? But like I said, outside of Burrow and Mahomes, man, I'll take Dak. I'll argue Dak against any of them other dudes, man.
Okay, I like hearing that. What's your thoughts, Rico?
Uh, Dak's top five to me, man. And the reason I say that he's top five, maybe even four, is I say that because this man came back. He came back from a broken thumb. He threw his interceptions, but a lot of those interceptions wasn't even on him. It was on the people he was throwing it to, because it was bouncing off people. So I don't put all those interceptions on him. But as far as his leadership and his skill, Dak has always continued to grow every season that he's been in the league. He's continued to get better every season, no matter who the coaches was, no matter who the offensive coordinator was. He always continued to grow, and I expect that, and I expect him to grow even more now because I really believe that that man had time to reflect on his own life and what happened to him in his personal life and as far as his injuries and all this stuff. I think Mike McCarthy is going to bring a real Dak in and tell him like, "Yo, bro, only way we're gonna win is because of you. We need you
Yep.
to win. You got to lead.
Yep.
This is your team."
Yep.
Uh, them Joneses, they looking at you just like they looking at me. I need you much as you need me. Let's do this shit. And that's what I need because I need Dak to understand that that buddy system that he was used to is over with. It's time to stand up now. Now you got to stand all the way up now because everybody's watching. You know what I'm saying? And he knows what's going on. And Dak Prescott is a smart quarterback. You know what I mean? But top five for me, man. I think we're gonna do big things this year. I really believe that they're gonna make it so easy for Dak Prescott. It's gonna be like we looking at Mahomes Jr. You know what I'm saying? Even though he ain't got Mahomes' arm. But we don't need him to be Mahomes. We need him to be a better Dak Prescott. And I'm happy. You know what I mean? Make the
We
game
need
easy for him. Give him easy
2016 that to come
throws.
back. We gonna be 2016 that to come back. That's the one I want. I want that dude. That's the
Yeah,
dude I want back.
Yeah, it'll be there. It's
yeah.
always been there, but like I said, when you got a good coach that can really lead you the way it's a different thing. So my dog Thurston is in
Exactly.
here. What's up with you, Thurston?
What's up with it,
What's
man?
up, dog? You been hearing what we've been talking about? What's your thoughts about Dak?
Hey, where Kirk Kinfolk rated at?
Who?
Kirk
Tomorrow.
Kinfolk.
Oh, they put Kirk Cousins ahead of Dak.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what's the
Oh,
spot?
9. They put Dak at 10.
Well then I'm swapping them. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna put Kirk Kinfolk above Dak Prescott. So I put Dak at 9. That where I'm ranking them at. far as in all these quarterbacks, I know y'all gonna hate on me. Just like Big Game James was hating on Dreads yesterday. You know what I'm
No, it
saying?
wasn't.
But
Hey,
Oh
no, it
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah,
Hey, I'm not
You
hating.
was. You
I
yeah.
said
was.
his.
I'm gonna jump
No,
on that
no,
one. You
no.
was,
Okay.
James.
Well, I
You
apologize.
was,
I
man.
will apologize because if y'all would have been saying, if y'all would have
Everybody
said,
touched
are
it.
you right? I apologize. I will apologize
You did.
because I got dreads. Hey, dreads is cool. I got my girl, her daughters. They love the dread heads, so I can't hate on dread heads. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? They make the world go round too. I ain't hating, but just those was just kind of crazy to me, dog. Those right there, those right there just kind of throw me off. But you right. My apologies for all the dreadheads out there because I know my hair ain't the greatest. And I got a lot of gray, so they could say a lot about me right
Yeah,
now.
man.
You feel?
We got
You know what I'm
dreads out
Yeah.
here,
saying?
Big
Y'all feel
J. Come
the
on,
same?
man. We got
But
dreads out here,
that's
dog.
my official apology.
We got
My
dreads out here,
official
man.
apology. I
Hey,
am not going to be a hater. I totally apologize
hey,
about
man. Hey, man. Long hair don't care, man. Long hair don't care.
that.
Hey, big game, big
Yo,
game. What's that list? That list,
yeah.
right?
Here's the list. I'll give.
If we look at that list that they put out there,
Uh huh.
right? And I think that everybody like to judge the playoff game, right? If you look at that list and you judge the playoff game of all those quarterbacks, if we say Dak had a bad game, the rest of those guys on their playoff game had worse
Right.
games.
You
Right.
lying.
And see, this
You
was
lying.
crazy because here's the thing that talk about the rating was crazy, right? They got Justin Herbert still. They put Justin Herbert at 4. Okay. 4, and you just had an epic because
Epic
if
choke.
Dak Prescott would have did what he did in the
He
playoffs,
did.
oh my God, dog. We
He got
as
crucified.
Cowboys fans, we couldn't even be on Twitter no more. You wouldn't even want to be on Twitter
No.
no more, dog. If that would have
No.
hey, and I
Hey,
gotta say, I
Kirk
think Dak
Cousins,
better than hey
Kirk
Dak.
Cousins got blown out by the
I
Giants.
think Dak better than the quarterback that look like a girl too.
you said what?
Sunshine.
Yeah.
I think I think Dak better than the quarterback that look like a
He
girl too. That old boy
yeah,
Sunshine.
he better than I mean
He threw 4 interceptions in his
right.
game.
And just because they came back, but look who he came back against. Justin Herbert. So it ain't like
Yeah.
you went against a quarterback that was established and been killing teams in the playoffs. That was his first playoff appearance, and he already choking. So you got two guys that were mid right there in that opinion, and they got them both trying to come out as superstars. But look at your performance. And then I think somebody else mentioned Kirk Cousins. Has he won a playoff game yet? Ever? Has he won a playoff game yet?
In
Yes, he
Washington,
won. He
right?
won one primetime game in his whole career.
I mean, come on,
I
dog.
don't know.
One
And
primetime game.
and I was on Twitter when they were getting ready to play, and I'm saying, I'm sorry, I don't believe Kirk Cousins can have a phenomenal 2 or 3 games, but I don't care. We've seen enough of Kirk Cousins to understand that he is not the guy, and there is no way in hell that you are better than. There is no way in hell that you would put
No
a Kirk
way.
Cousins ahead of Dak Prescott. There's no way in hell.
No
Like
way.
there ain't no way in hell that should even be happening. And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm cool with the hate. I just go ahead and I just Dak, just look at the hate and do what you got to do. I don't feel like Dak got to prove and throw 40 touchdowns, 50 touchdowns. That's not what
Mm-mm.
Dak has to be, in my opinion.
That's not
I
what
need
he is.
Dak.
That's not what
Win the
he
I
is.
game.
told y'all.
Win
And
the
you know
game.
what our own media do? Big game.
What's up?
Remember our own media when Dak had a game against Atlanta, we won by 40 points, and I think he only threw the ball for like 201 yards or something. And you know, standing in front of our own media, they asked him a question about the passing game, about his yards.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
see, this is where it gets in. This is where I want McCarthy to jump in and say, and he set the seed when he said, "I'm not caring about a number one offense. I want to be an efficient offense."
Right.
He's
Mm-hmm.
probably going to relate to Dak. That's what's going to control Dak. Say, "Hey, man, you got a great defense. You could be patient. If you
Mm-hmm.
win and throw for
Yeah.
75 yards and we go undefeated, they're going to give you your credit. Utilize everything you got here. Don't feel rushed. You're not trying to get a contract. You already got your money. If you win, if you get it from Dallas or you get it from somebody else, you're going to get you have already arrived and getting your money. Now it's about getting your legacy. And that takes you back and winning by any means necessary. Tom Brady didn't care if the defense won, the offense won, they ran the ball, he threw the ball, he didn't care. Long as the end result was
you won.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Dak Prescott is being judged by wins, but here's the thing that people don't understand. Dak had Jason Garrett his first 4 years of his career. Okay, Jason Garrett. He is never coaching in the NFL again, ever. He will never be a head coach in the NFL again. And Dak Prescott had him for 4 years. And in them 4 years, and here's the thing, in them 4 years, he never had a losing record, even with Jason Garrett, and had two. Huh? And he had two.
You're right. He never had. Never had one.
And he had 2 playoff appearances, and he had what? I think, did he have 2 division titles under Garrett?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah, he did.
If you had Jason Garrett, dog, and you won games, and if you transferred over to Mike McCarthy and you're winning games, that tells me you're a pretty good quarterback, because it wasn't just all the team that won all them damn games. It was Dak Prescott that won a lot of those games. Let's keep it real. Over in the Jason Garrett era or in the Mike McCarthy era.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott has won a lot of games. You feel me? So
he beat Seattle, but he did a great job winning that playoff game.
I mean,
Seattle,
he's the one. He did the game-winning
He
drive.
Garrett is getting that whole thing for that game.
He did the game-winning drive. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I say. He had Jason Garrett. I'm gonna always say that he had Jason Garrett his first 4 years, and he still was winning under Garrett. Garrett is not a good coach. I don't care. We didn't have that toughness. When we were all talking about the toughness, that's why we didn't have it, because you had Jason Garrett on the team. And if you had a Jason Garrett-led team with Scott Linehan and then and Kellen Moore, were we ever tough in those times, dog? We were never really a tough team. You feel me? We weren't never a tough team. And I think, like you said, I don't know who said it, but I have been saying as well, the toughness, I feel like, is being established on the team, because I don't feel that way that we're soft right now. And it's been a long time since I could say
we're not soft, man.
I don't feel like we're a soft team right now. I used to always say we soft. Always say.
That's why you ain't drinking the Kool-Aid no more, Big James.
You know
you feeling good?
I'm feeling good. I don't feel like we're a soft team right now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we are a tougher squad. And like Coach Marv said, now where we're at right now, I'm ready for training camp. I'm ready for camp. I'm ready. The OTA, I'm ready for training camp, because I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, but I will say I feel good. I'm excited because I know this is a playoff team now.
Big game, we know you ain't drinking the Kool-Aid, but you don't mix the picture.
Hey, it's sitting right there. I'm looking right at it. Hey, I tell y'all every day. I'm looking right at it. You know what I'm saying? I might look at it. I might be one to pour a drink, and then I go put it back in the fridge. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's supposed to be for dinner. Don't touch it right now. You know what I'm saying? But dog, when I
don't stir with your hands, Big James. Don't stir with your hands. But you know why you believe that, though, right?
Hey,
you know why you believe that, though, right?
Can you tell them? Big James. Big James, when you go back on the show with your boys, I like watching y'all, but you know what I hate?
What?
I hate when y'all talk about people contracts. Forget that, man. Whoever they sign, they sign.
Hey, listen.
Forget the contract.
I ain't worried. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. If you really honestly, this year, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really worried about it. Sometimes it's just talk. Sometimes it's just, you want to talk about those type things, just to have it in there. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, for real. Like, I'm being quiet this year because I'm really just watching this team, because I feel like I'm not saying this could be the year, but this should be a year. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this should be a year. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be the year, but it should be the year. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this really should be a year, because y'all got all the pieces in place now. Like, as long as we're healthy, that's the key to me, y'all. Health. As long as we're healthy. We have to be.
We gotta get kicker.
We got to. I think we'll be okay with the kicker, but because I like Bone, I like Fossil. I think he'll be. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I think he always figures it out.
They're gonna bring Marv back.
But
They gonna bring Mar
But
back.
listen, y'all. Listen,
We can't
I
bring
ain't
him
listen.
back.
I just feel like the pieces are in place for this team to do some special things. Now it's just time to do it.
But not only that,
Hey,
but the
Big,
depth is
you
there
know why you
too.
feel like
We
that,
have
right?
the depth. We have
You
the
know,
depth to make a run.
that's what I'm saying. But you know why you feel like that, right? Right? Everybody feeling something. Is something that's in the air. You can feel it in the air because you know why? Because of the way that we played that San Francisco
Yeah.
game. We lost. But we lost with our heads held high because that defense stood up. They stood up on them boys. And then only
I
I'm gonna
was
say
geek,
this.
dog.
If
Rico, I was
Trayvon
geek.
Diggs,
Rico, I was geek watching that defense. I
if
was
he would
geek.
have turned around, if Trayvon Diggs just catches that interception right there, that changes the whole dynamic of that
We
whole
had
game.
so
They
many.
offense is
Listen.
done.
What
Rico,
we had
listen though.
so many.
If it was Bland, Diggs, and what's name? It was three almost interceptions we could got. Just three of them.
That whole game.
We get not
Listen,
one.
that whole game was that was a whole game where it was like, you know, last year when we played them, we were like, we kind of should have lost that game because we kind of got our ass kicked. We kind of felt that way. But this last game, you can't tell me, in San Francisco could have probably even tell you if they were by themselves and they sat down with me, they couldn't be recording, they could not tell you anything. You'd be like, okay, dog, who really should have won that game? Yeah, y'all probably should have won that game because we kicked their ass that game. I don't get a hell. We kicked their ass that game.
We kicked their ass, bro.
Physically, we beat them up where they wasn't even physically ready for
Philly
going on the road and playing Philly. But again, it comes down to what I said earlier, fellas. It comes down, football comes down to if you can make the plays at the time you need to make the plays.
To make them.
Yeah, that's true.
You ever hear Gilmore? You ever hear Gilmore always talk? What Gilmore always talk about? Be in position, but to make a play. This is what he's been taught from Belichick and all them. When the time comes, you got to make the play, and you can't miss, and you got to make the play. And that's from everybody. It's got to be plays made from people that you don't even see on film that they make the play. And this is what the veteran leadership is going to tell this young team. Yeah, it's all good, but when the time comes, right?
Got to stand up.
You can't miss. You can't miss. You got to go ahead and make the play. And I think that's what I would do in training camp. I would just be fundamentally sound and be very bland and build my team momentum to get better and better as the season go on and peak around mid-season to the end. I'm not going to go in and be wide open at the beginning and then have a lull. You can do it that way, but this team has to be fundamentally sound, and they got to stop trying to trick people and beat people.
Yeah, I don't think I think the trickery is gone, Coach. I think the trickery. I mean, you might see some here and there,
so too.
but I think we're going to be a physical team. Like I think that's the standpoint, Coach, and Klebo and Rico and Thurston. Right. I feel like that is going to really be the approach. We're going to be physical. Like we're going to be able to score points, but we're going to be able to be more physical than you, and that's the point. Because when you're more physical than the other team, dog, that's when it breaks down their mentality. That's when it breaks them down mentally, when you can physically really take them like that.
Yeah, because
you know
how long
let's see how physical this offensive line is. That's what's important.
Yeah, you're right, Thurston. We're gonna
let's see how physical the whole line is.
Well, you know, Stephen Jones already threw it out there and said his 5 best were, and it's the 5 we all want out there. He already said that's our 5 best.
Well, let me tell you, I disagree with that. I disagree with that big game. Listen, man. This training camp, they go into this training camp. Let me tell you what they're going to do to the offensive line. They're going to this training camp, and there's going to be competition.
I know that. But I'm saying, I understand that.
I believe one of these guys is going to step up and going to be dominant at that left guard position. I really do. And they already said, Tyron Smith is one of our best 5.
Tyron Smith is going to be boo-boo at right tackle.
Right? If he was one of your best 5,
who
would have signed a contract for $7 million.
Yeah, but that
You would have
Who?
but
extended
here's
him.
my thing. You make no sense.
You
But
think he's your best swing, your emergency guy, but you really want to get that left guard from one of these young guys do left guard, left tackle, Tyler Smith, left guard, that guy that wins that competition, center Biotis, right guard, Zach Martin, and when Steele gets healthy, because Tyron will be over there until Steele gets really rolling, then Steele will be there, and Tyron will be he'll be your swing guy
swing.
in case
Yeah.
you have some injury.
Hey, hey, can I make a comment about this, please? Let me make a comment
go ahead,
about this.
Thurston. I know you're
Right.
passionate about this.
So everybody talking about Terrence Steele coming back. He had an ACL injury, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So what make y'all think he gonna come back to full strength this year? And we gonna rely on Tyron Smith, and y'all all know Tyron Smith look like hot garbage at right tackle,
He does.
especially
He does.
last
He
couple
does.
games. Like, bro, we can't say Terrence Steele coming back healthy. We had the same thing with Michael Gallup, man. It's gonna take at least a year to not this next coming up season, but the next coming up season for him to be the player that he was, and we all should know this.
We know that.
It's a
We
little
know that.
different from offensive lineman than the receiver.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
that what I can agree with
I just
because you're not using that leg like you are a receiver planting and things of that nature.
Yeah,
So
you have a lot
it's
more.
it's
you
going to
have a lot
be
more linemen
easier,
come back
but
and be full
I
strength.
still,
It's still an
you're
ACL
right.
injury,
You're right.
though.
I still feel,
He still got to push out
you're
for it.
right. I still feel like,
Yeah, that's the best thing, but he ain't got to be cutting. That's where you hurt with the ACL. But you have a lot of linemen come back from major surgery like that because of their compact type stuff. But you're right about Tyron. You're right about Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith signed that contract for to be there, and I don't think they're gonna rush Steele like they rushed Gallup. I don't think they're gonna put Steele on that eight month type thing. They're probably gonna say Steele, if we can get Steele back at game 6, game 7, we're gonna know he's better prepared. They're not gonna try to rush him like they rushed Gallup or they rushed Cox because they already got burned with that. They already got burned with that. So now they build a guy, and listen, they got some guys that they we don't know. I think we judging guys, but there's two things that go in here with this offensive line that we have to understand. One, you have a new offensive line coach. So that's a whole dynamic of how he can get the best out of players and his style. Plus, with the changes in the offense, they're going to suit their offense that fit their blocking style the best. Where we didn't do that in the past. That's something we talk about scheme. We had a scheme that didn't fit some of our blocking style. So, and Tyron Smith is going to be a better right tackle, not as good as Steele, but better now because this is something he's going to know from the beginning of the year, not coming off of an injury and saying, bam, okay, move on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
So he's going to be prepared more to go out there. Now, is he going to last for 17 weeks? The Cowboys know that that's not going to happen. But if we can get back to par, what is a great person to have as that swing guy when we could bring him in and we could really count on him. But they're really counting on these young guys, and I believe that guard position is going to be a bloodbath. I'm not talking about McGovern, not saying that McGovern wasn't good, but you can't tell me that these guys that's balanced for this left guard is not going to be as strong or be as comparable going in with a new offensive line coach that they can find them a left guard. And they find them a left guard, they're going to have a 6th best. But they're not going to, and I think it's all predicated because they're not going to rush Terrence Steele back. They're not going to push him out there in week 4. He might be ready, but they're going to amp him up so they can get the best out of him. And that's good. You're a good football team when you can do that.
Right.
Well, we better figure it out.
You have to rush guys. That's good. That's good stuff.
They'll be all right. I'm not worried about that.
They better figure it out, though, man. They better figure it out.
About that.
They better figure it out because our division stacked up with defensive tackles, and they look if they hungry. So we better be ready for that because even though Philly got young players on their defensive line, Them dudes is not just no average big dudes. Those some alright little young. Those some alright young dudes. They got to
Rico,
learn the NFL.
Rico, Rico.
That's
But
why
I want
what?
you to
that's
say,
why I had a problem with them not drafting offensive linemen
Listen, I'm
because
gonna be.
because just what you just
Listen, I'm
said.
gonna be.
That was my main problem with them not getting
They
no
drafted offensive
capable
linemen.
offensive
But
linemen.
listen,
Y'all got to
they
remember.
got offensive
Can I say
linemen.
something,
Go
Big
ahead.
Gang?
Go ahead, Mark.
They the linemen and Coach Marvin tell you the linemen that they pick in free agent. You got to remember the COVID. Them guys would have got picked in the third or fourth round
yep.
anyway.
I'm
But
about to say
they
that.
couldn't get picked because it was so many. And the
I'm about to say
Cowboys,
that.
the Oregon guy, he's gonna be playing
I'm about
guard.
to say
That's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy I think they might win. The guy from
I'm
Oregon
telling
that
you.
might be.
I'm
He
telling
might
you.
he might win that left guard. 317 pounds. That guy can block. You got to see the tape he played against Georgia. Go watch that tape.
I'm about to say that too, James. You need to go watch him play
Okay,
against Georgia, bro. That boy was
but
handling some business in that game,
y'all
bro.
know y'all. Hold on. Y'all talking about this kid from Oregon. That's fine. That's all good. But you guys know that Dallas got their favors, and even though a guy's better, don't mean he gonna start. Y'all
That's
know
over
that.
with.
So
That is
That's
true.
that dude
That
ain't
is
gonna
true.
start
That's
for the
over
rest of
with.
the
The,
year, man.
the new offensive line coach, he don't play that. He gonna put his best out there.
He
They ain't
don't
telling him
care.
what to do. That's an
I
Real
keep
OG.
trying to
G,
tell you all that. He
Hey,
don't
listen,
That's
care.
an
Hey,
hey,
big
OG.
game. Big
Marvin,
game.
listen.
Coach Marvin
The
tell you,
offensive line,
OG,
the
I
offensive
don't
line
believe
Marvin, he
that.
coach
ain't
don't
I
playing
run
that.
that.
listen,
don't believe
Do
that.
He
you
ain't playing that,
realize?
Offensive
bro.
line
Do
coach
you
don't run
realize
that.
hey,
that
listen.
Get
O-line coach,
on,
right?
Listen.
The
don't run
O-line
it.
coach we
And
got
when
Hold on, hold on,
they
hold
is
say
on,
he
hold on,
old,
start,
hold on,
right?
he
hold on,
gonna start.
hold on,
It don't matter what
hold
the
on.
offensive line coach say.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead,
No,
Smoke.
he ain't listening to the coach.
All right,
The
listen.
coach,
They
The
ain't never
O-line
listened
coach
to
we
no
got, right?
coach.
But
Listen.
the O-line coach we listen, the O-line coach we got, right? How old is this guy? How old is he?
I don't know his
He
age,
60,
but
old.
he's been around. Mike
60,
Solari
70.
been
About
around.
He's an
70.
old
He was
school
70.
coach. He knows every technique you can think about, bro.
He coached Nate Newton them.
Yeah,
He know what he's
he's
doing.
a dirty coach, bro. This Joker like he likes
OG,
maulers.
Listen,
He likes
OG,
maulers.
listen.
I can tell
OG,
you right now, he likes
OG,
maulers.
What's up?
OG.
What's up?
When have hold on, y'all. When have Dallas ever relied on it? When is Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones ain't had their favorites and they favorites got on the field? What make y'all think it's
They,
gonna stop right
they
now?
ain't got no
Listen,
It
more
but
Because
but
we
ain't
got a
favorites.
here's
new
the
different.
thing.
It
offensive line
ain't the
They
coach.
ain't got
same
no more
way.
Here's the
Same
favorites.
thing,
shit
Who
though.
they
It ain't
every
the
year,
playing
But
same.
y'all.
here's
now?
the
Come
thing.
on, bro.
Who
Y'all
the
acting like
Listen,
y'all ain't seen this before.
I have seen it, but
ain't
this is what I'm saying.
but
This is all I'm
they ain't no
saying.
more favorites.
I'm not. I don't have that worry, and I'm trying to tell you, Thurston. And I ain't saying I'm the cowboy guy, but I feel like I know a lot of us a little older, but I've been around this team like over 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like
Same.
I can tell when it's a funny
Me
season.
too.
I can tell when it's a funny
Yep.
season. I can tell when it's like this is gonna be a good season. I can just tell now. And I don't have the worry about the offensive line. I'm just being honest. I don't have that worry about
No, I don't
I
either.
don't
I
have
have
the
no worry
worry
I
about
don't
about
it.
the
either, bro.
team.
That's why
Why
look, Big
I
not?
just
J.
don't have it.
That's why they
Why
got rid of.
not?
That's why they got rid of the halfback
I'm
coach.
telling you.
They got rid of
You're
the
gonna be all right,
offensive
Thurston.
coordinator, and they got rid of
Yep.
the offensive line coach. Ain't no more
Yep.
favoritism, bro. That shit is
No
over with.
sir. Don't wait.
Bro, it ain't got nothing to do with favoritism. It ain't got nothing to do with favoritism with the opposite. If favoritism was a thing with Philman last year, Tyler Smith wouldn't have got on the field because
They
Philman
had to
didn't even
play him
like
though.
Tyler Smith.
He was the first
What are
round
we
pick.
talking
They
about
made him play him.
favoritism, bro?
He wasn't gonna play. They made him play. They
Joe
made him play.
Philman,
Coach Moore tell
Joe
you,
But
no,
Philman did
they're
listen,
not
not
gonna
like
play him.
Tyler
See,
Smith.
that's where
listen.
you're
So if
wrong,
we were talking
But
Thurston.
about
here's the
favoritism,
That's
thing.
where
how
you're
Tyler
wrong,
Smith
bro.
be
But
on the
here's the
field?
thing though.
I was at the
Joe
camp,
Philbin is
Thurston. You gotta
here's
come
the
to the
thing
camp.
though. Joe Philbin is gone. So like I said,
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
He's
know.
gone.
so that's what
I know, but everybody talking about no favoritism. The best, and you said, well, Philman gone now, so it's gonna be the bro.
He
Philman
putting
didn't
his
even
best
like
five.
old boy. It,
He putting his best
it,
five out
it,
there, like Coach Moore say.
it's going to my point, OG. If Philman didn't like him, but Jerry and Steven and them drafted him and told Philman he gonna play, so the kid from Oregon is not gonna play if Jerry and Steven say, I want Tyron Smith out there playing.
Hey, look, and,
I
and,
want
and
that
look,
straight.
But
want them to say
here's the
It got
thing.
nothing to do with him. It ain't got nothing to do with him no more.
Hold on. Everybody's talking. Hold on. Everybody's talking. Give me a second.
That's a different though. If you put Tyron Smith out
But
there, that's
here's
different
the
though.
thing, though. I think
I was just trying to get a point
I
across.
understand what you're saying.
I just trying to get a point
I
across.
see what you're saying, Thurston, and I agree with you saying. But I think to Coach Morris' point is, I feel what he's saying about Tyron Smith. I know they're going to have their favorites, but Tyron Smith has played right tackle. He played it his rookie year, right? He didn't have success with this.
And you
Hold on.
11 years, 11 years or so ago.
Listen though.
But he got a whole camp.
But listen, he already played it though. So when he did play it on the right side, he was not terrible. He was okay at it. So if you're going into a whole season now, like Coach said, and you already know you're playing right tackle, there's no need for the adjustment. So if there's no need for the adjustment and you're already an all-pro type player, it's not like you're a bum in the streets. You're already you're not an all-pro player now, but you've been an all-pro player. So this should be able to, for you to have the clean switch, for you to be able to hold it down. We know he's going to get hurt, but we're hopefully he holds it down until Terrence Steele can come back fully healthy. You can have, like you said, left tackle.
Hey, let me say one thing. Let me say one thing, OG. Let me say one thing. Y'all talking about Tyron moving from left to right? I want all y'all boys, when y'all get ready to take the next shit, sit on the toilet, and then when you done, wipe your ass with the opposite hand. And watch how you got a mess. Watch how you got a mess on your ass when you done.
Here's the thing, though. That's not him. That would be somebody else, but he's already played the right side. And he was not terrible on the right side, dog. He wasn't. You watched the tape.
Yeah, but he been wiping his ass with his left hand for 10 plus years.
But when he switched back to the right side, he was not bad at the right side. You feel me? He was not bad at the right side. And if you had a whole season, if you go in the whole if you have a whole off season, if a coach told you, if you played on this position for a while, let's say it, and your coach tells you you're going back to this position and you have a whole season to practice it, I don't know how you don't become better at it and you don't trip when you already have played it before. It's not like he didn't play the right side in college too. He did. He played right tackle in college as well. So it's not like he's never played it. They switched him to the left because they had the idea, because his athletic ability. That's the main reason why they switched him to the left side was because his athletic ability, because he can make the transition that your boy Doug Free couldn't, because he wasn't athletic enough. That's why he got killed on the left side, and that's why they switched him out of there, because he was not athletic. You have to be an athletic type guy to play the left side or the right side, and that's why Tyron Smith is able to do it, because he's athletic like that. But I'm gonna end it at that because we gotta get ready to close it out. But Thurston,
hey, all I'm saying is it's hard to get off when you try to play with yourself with the wrong hand. All I'm saying,
all I want to say, hey, Big J, all I want to say, the fans listening, you gotta let them guys coach. They see more than you do. You guys gotta stop acting like y'all coaching. That's pitiful.
Listen, man.
Please.
Listen, I'm gonna say this very quick, James, about the offensive line, because I love the offensive line. Man, if you got two, maybe three top ranked offensive linemen, you can have two C guys and still be dominant and win big games.
Thank you.
There's not a team out there in this league that got 5 guys across the board that don't have hiccups.
Thank you, Coach
If you got 3 guys, you should be able to do anything with your offense. Now, if you got one, that's a whole different story. But if you got 3 guys, you can call your offense where you can cover up the weaknesses of certain guys. But I just think, again, like Big Game James said, I think the offensive line is the least of our problems. I think we're gonna be surprised by some guys that's really gonna pan out well and do something. And I think Tyron, with a different, now he's gonna go on the right side, and where I think right now where he had his little hiccups, now you have a chance to adjust. And he's a veteran, he's a Hall of Famer. He'll be able to adjust, and now we're gonna call the offense, and then he'll know what he needs to do, and we'll be offensive line is not our problem. We're gonna have a problem with people asking us for line. I bet you after this training camp, people gonna be coming knocking on that door.
They're gonna ask for all. Yeah, you're right, Carl.
Well, hey, Before we get up off of here, I'm gonna get y'all like we do with the final word. I'm gonna get y'all last thoughts on here. And shout out to my guy Dwayne Brown for the $10 holla and Lee Norman for the $1.99 holla. Give me your kind of your final thoughts as we end on here. Marv Jenks.
Well, I want to tell you, you got a good podcast. I like
Appreciate
it.
you.
Congratulations.
Me
Let's
too,
keep it
man.
pumping it up. And what I'm happy of, Coach Moore say, I'm not worried about my offense. We got a scheme. We got the offensive line coach. We got an offensive coordinator, and we got Mike McCarthy calling the plays, and we got our quarterback with a dangerous halfbacks, dangerous receivers. Our receivers ain't got to think no more. Coach Mark. We got a cold corner team. Our linebacker crew is 4-4-4-5. We got safeties. Now we got our D tackles. I'm just thinking it's our year. I got a good feeling. We're gonna win it all. We got a good feeling. And y'all gotta remember one more. We used to beat San Francisco. San Francisco used to beat us the last two games. We used to stump them. So the last two games, everybody act like we never beat San Francisco. So it's gonna be payback. We're gonna start the season out 6-0. Mark that down on y'all record.
Now, like I said, we got the recording, so we do it. I will replay this.
Keep it.
I got it. I'll
Thank
not get
you.
rid of it.
You got it.
Now, hey, what's your last thoughts on this, Smoke?
Bro, man, it's a great show. I enjoy coming on here every Wednesday, my brother. I appreciate you having me on here every Wednesday. I'm learning a lot of stuff. As you can see, I was trying to get my podcast and stuff going, trying to get myself going for the day. Cause I'm retired. I don't do nothing all day, brother. I sit outside all day, don't do nothing. But anyway, the Cowboys is my team. Been my team since I was 8 years old. I'm 50 now, so you can do the math. What do you want to say? But brother, I'm telling you, man, I feel so different about this year compared to any other year. They don't act the same way. They're not doing the same things they usually do. The big changeover with been great. We're getting the players in and the depth that we need. Our running back room, I don't care what y'all say, man. Y'all they gonna have problems with us. They gonna have problems with our running backs, bro. That is how it is. You know what I'm saying? Our running backs gonna cause problems. Our defensive line, they'll cause problems. Our cornerbacks definitely gonna cause problems. There ain't nobody gonna throw the ball on us. Okay? So come on. What are we talking about? What are we really talking about, Big Game? What are we scared of? What are we worried about? What are we really worried about? Except for our left guard. We're worried about a left guard. And we got plenty of guys to take that spot. Let's get somebody in there for training camp, figure out who's going to fill for that spot, and we got the runners. We got the blockers. We got 3 tight ends that can block great. That's 9 linemen. Let's do it. What you want to do with that, bro?
Hey, I'm feeling good about it. You know what I'm saying? What's your last thoughts, Coach?
Well, as I started off, Big Game, man. First, I want to say, man, I appreciate the opportunity, man. Like I said, I've been real quiet lately, and going to continue to be quiet. I'm just like you. I'm waiting on training camp. I'm really waiting on training camp. I understand that football season there's a lot of injuries. It can be some things go wrong. You can have some guys get hurt, but that should not derail you. You still can get to where you want to go, regardless of what you do. If you prepare your team, if the overall unit is solid and tough, you can get to the Super Bowl even if you have an injury. That's been proven because the team was so good, the whole group was so good. So we have to be prepared. And I just tell y'all, man, as I would tell the Cowboys, circle the wagon, get out, stop with all this. Every time you look, I go on my phone or go in there, they're talking about the Cowboys going to trade and get this guy. They're going to get this guy. They're going to get this guy. Tell these guys now, you got about 90 guys in this camp. Don't worry about all this other stuff. We're going to circle the wagon. We're going to cut out all the, we're going to get rid of all these people who are talking, and we're going to go to work and focus on the mantra of finishing and being better when it counts. That's my slogan. Finishing and being better when it counts. So physical and all that stuff is all about building that. And I ask y'all Cowboy fans, don't get on this hype about who got what they got with the matchups. Is all going to be decided on the grass. The grass, listen here, football is the greatest sport, and the greatest sport is always decided between the white lines and on the grass. It's never won in paper. It's never won in talk. It's never won in this and that. Is when the whistle blows, being able to perform better when it counts. That's all we want to do. So if we went, I just want to be playing in February. I don't care if we go 10-7 and just make it in the playoffs. Long as I'm watching the game in February, because I've been alive to hear every time the Cowboys have played that song, "We are the champions," the champions of the whole world. I've been for all of them. So I'm ready to hear that song again, and then there will be no doubt that nobody. And guess what? The haters gonna even come out even more when we win the Super Bowl. So just get to the Super Bowl. Not worry about no contracts. Don't worry about all that. These guys, hey, they win. They were gonna get paid. That's how you gonna make money. Everybody gonna eat.
Yeah.
And I don't expect these guys. Some of these guys don't need to be talking about they gonna eat. Win something and everybody eat.
For sure. What's up with you, Rico? What's your last thoughts?
My last thoughts is this, man. Like everybody else, thank you for this platform to let us talk and get our thoughts across to Cowboy Nation. My thing is, the question mark for me is the offensive line, because I don't want to see my quarterback going down like he's been going down the last few years. And I'm glad, like a person like Kellen Moore is out here, because I really believe that Kellen Moore put Dak in some compromising positions as far as playing quarterback for us, and not making the right adjustments when we needed to make the right adjustments, when the line was getting pushed back at Dak and Dak had to throw for people helmets and stuff. I think that we're going to be a better team because I really believe that Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn and Coach Fossil has the ear, like they got the voice in the room. They the biggest voices in the room, and I really believe this year Mike McCarthy is going to show why he's the big dog. I want to see Green Bay Mike McCarthy championship Mike McCarthy, and I want to see championship Dan Quinn. My whole thing is I really believe like they're fusing the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers together as far as a mentality of these teams, because both of those teams, them teams that won Super Bowl, those teams that won the Super Bowls, they was very discipline. It was discipline on those teams, and especially when they had to rumble in the playoffs. You seen the discipline because they was trading blows back and forth. I'm glad now that I see that the defense is trading blows. Now it's time for this offense to be consistent when we start to trade blows. Because I really believe, like last year, we still had a chance to win that game, and the reason I say that is because uh, Kellen Moore didn't adjust when Tony Pollard went down. He should have adjusted. He had a young rookie running back on that field, on that sideline that he should have threw in that fucking game because, excuse my French, he should have threw in that game because can't nobody tell me that this dude went at least caught that damn pass near the goddamn goal line that he threw to Zeke. Zeke didn't catch it. That young boy would have caught that ball, but he'd have ran the ball a little bit better than Zeke in that game. But that's the past. We got to move forward. We can't live in the past no more. I think this team is going to do real good, and I think we're going, like Coach Myers said, if we just make it into playoffs as a wild card team, I still got faith that we gonna surprise a lot of people. That's all I gotta say, because I think we got a tough schedule this year, and we're gonna be in some fights, and that's all I want to see is this team battle and fight. That's all I want. But that's all I gotta say about that, man. I'm done.
Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you as always, Rico.
No doubt.
What about you, Thurston, as you be the last one to end it?
All right, man. I want to say appreciate you, OG, for letting me come on,
No
man.
time.
I want to say Yes, sir. I want to say I appreciate my esteemed colleague that went before me to recognize that the offensive line is a problem out here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, dog, for saying that with me.
No
You know
doubt.
what I'm
No
saying?
doubt.
And my third thing I want to say is if the Cowboys stop picking favorites and let the best players play, we might be able to do something. We could treat this like a crap game. Real service on the come out, man. You know what I'm saying? So hey, let your best players play, and if the high paid players ain't that good, sit them on the bench.
I feel that as well. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
agree.
think I
I
think
agree.
we headed that way. I think I like I said, Marv said it best. I've been quiet. I'm gonna continue to stay quiet because I feel good about the team. I don't feel like I have to say a lot of things. I looked at my when I tweeted the last couple years. I tweeted a lot because I was frustrated about a lot of things. If you notice, I haven't did a lot of Twitter. I haven't did a lot of things because I actually am in a good place with the team right now, and I'm ready for camp. I'm ready for them to do it now. I'm in a good place mentally. I
Yeah.
feel like this team is going to be a good team again, and so now I'm just waiting for them to see it and put it all together. And that's what I'm ready for. I'm just ready for it to get cracking right now. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to thank
Yeah, me
everybody:
too.
Smoke, Marv, Coach Marv, Clebo that was on, Rico, Thurston. I really appreciate you guys always coming on here pretty much every Wednesday. It's going to be even more exciting as the season starts. You feel me? When we got training camp, we can actually talk
Mm-hmm.
about battles. We can actually see what's really going on with the focus because I'm probably going back down to camp. I know you said you go, Coach. I mean, Marv. So it'll be a good thing when we be able to do this every Wednesday. You feel me? When it's actually going down. Like when we have our games, when we do that, then we can actually talk about the game. And that's what's going to be exciting about it. So hopefully you guys stay with
Yeah.
me and stay with this because I think that's going to be an exciting thing heading into the season when we all be able to sit here and talk about the game as
Hey, you
it
know we
happened. You
will.
feel me? So I appreciate y'all. I want to tell y'all once again, thank y'all. I want y'all all to have a good night. Make sure y'all be safe in these streets because you know it's crazy out there
All right.
nowadays,
All
man.
right, fellas.
And I'll definitely be talking to y'all soon. Jump into the show tomorrow.
All
The
right,
Best of
fellas.
Enemies podcast go down. So
All
jump
right,
in there.
y'all.
All right. And I'll be talking to y'all. Y'all have a great night.
Peace.
Peace.
Have a good one, everybody. Peace.
You got hurt.
Be safe,
Yes,
everybody.
sir.
Salute.
Salute.
I'll see you, Big James,
Appreciate you.
down here. We're going to hang
Yes,
out.
sir. All day, big dog.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
I run a few clubs here, so I'm going to look out
All
for you.
right. I appreciate you.
All right,
All right.
fam. Make sure I give you my number.
Okay. Hit me up on my Twitter.
You got, I hate Twitter.
Oh, well, shoot.
You got Instagram?
Yeah, go on my Instagram. Hit up Slim Fit. You see Slim Fit Nooka 72. Hit up that. As soon as you start typing,
Slim Fit?
NUCCA. You'll see me. Inbox me.
NUCCA. Oh, Nuka.
Mm-hmm.
Slim Fit
Mm-hmm.
Nuka. 72.
Yep.
Okay. I'm a sign in to you, and then you'll see me. You'll see a picture with me and Drake.
Okay. I got you.